I will now take questions. Miles Cole with Center News. Mr. President, people say you and Bush are similar. Could you explain the difference between you two? Certainly, Miles. Bush spent $700 billion on a bailout. I spent $700 billion on a stimulus. You see, his was a bailout and mine was a stimulus. So the only difference was what you called it. All right, Mr. President, what about warrantless wiretapping on American citizens? That is an easy one. In 2002, Bush spied on American citizens. My administration is only eavesdropping on them. All right, sir, could you go into depth about your foreign policies and compare them to Bush's? Absolutely, Miles. Bush supported financial support to Israel and pledged aid to Palestine. I, on the other hand, pledged aid to Palestine while sending financial support to Israel. We did it on a different order. Also, Bush attacked Iraq because their leader had killed his own people. I attacked Libya because their leader was attacking his own people. You see, two different countries. I am nothing like Bush. Okay, Mr. President, let's talk about tax cuts for the rich. How are your tax cuts different than Bush's? Yes, well, Bush and the Republican Congress gave huge tax cuts to the richest Americans. What I did was to extend those tax cuts with the help of a Democratic Congress. See? We had different Congresses. What about offshore drilling? I initially opposed offshore drilling. I now support it in order to find alternative oil sources. Bush has always supported offshore drilling. I changed my mind. I don't think Bush ever did that. What about the wars? How are you two different? Bush withdrew a great number of forces from Afghanistan and sent them to Iraq. I withdrew a great number of forces from Iraq and sent them to Afghanistan. See? We are completely different. Okay, Mr. President, whatever you say. The simple fact as I see it is this. You ran on Hillary Clinton's platform because you didn't have one of your own. Once you became president, you have continued to do nearly all the same things that Bush had done. You do not seem to have any ideas whatsoever of your own. You sure ride coattails and you are an opportunist. You may be book-smart and well-spoken, but you are just another puppet for Wall Street. The cost of living has increased severely just as it had done under Bush, yet you have made no adjustments for the working class. You lack the ability to lead with your own convictions, which, by the way, you appear to have little to none of. I for one have grown tired of trying to defend you against the moronic charges from the right. You have very little time left to turn things around before your ass is kicked out of office and we are left with yet another corporate puppet from the right. You could have been a great president, sir, but instead you turned out to be just a continuation of what we have seen in D.C. for the past 12 years. Fuck you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, Miles. Any more questions? You, out there on YouTube, please leave your comment in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel.